नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 47, Text number 59. Kva imaha striyaha vana charihi vyabhichara dustaha krishne kvacha eshaha परम आत्मनि रूढ़भावः ननु ईश्वरः अनुभजतः अविदुषः अपि साक्षात् श्रेयः तनोति अगदा राजः इव उपयुक्तः क्वेमा स्त्रियो वनचरीर्व्यभिचारि दुष्टा कृष्णे क्वचै स परमात्मनि रूढभावः नन्वीश्वरनुभजतो अविदुषोऽपि साक्षात् श्रेयस्तनोत्यगदराज इवोपयुक्तः क्वेमाः स्त्रियो वनचरीर्व्यभिचारदुष्टाः कृष्णे क्वचै स परमात्मनि रूढभावः नन्वीश्वरनुभजतो अविदुषोऽपि साक्षात् श्रेयस्तनोत्यगदराज इवोपयुक्तः क्वेमाः स्त्रियो वनचरीर्व्यभिचारदुष्टा कृष्णे क्वचै स परमात्मनि रूढभावः नन्वीश्वरनुभजतो विदुषोऽपि साक्षात् श्रेयस्तनोत्यगदराजैवोपयुक्तः। Please chant. क्वेमा श्रियो व्यभिचारदुष्टा क्वचै स परमात्मनि रूढभावः ईश्वरानुभजतो Matajis. Prema Shriyo Vanachari Vyabhichara Dushtaha Krishne Kvachaisa Paramatmani Rudha Bhavaha Anvishwara Anubhajato Avidishopi Saksha Qua, where in comparison, imaha, these, striyaha, women, vana, in the forest, charihi, who wander, vyabhichara, by improper behavior, dustaha, contaminated, krishne, for Krishna, vacha, and where? Eshaha, this, Parama Atmani, for the Supreme Soul. Rodabhavaha, stage of perfect love, known technically as Mahabhava. Nanu, certainly. Ishvaraha, the personality of Godhead. Anubhajataha, to one who constantly worships him. Avidushaha, not learned. Api, even though. Sakshat, directly. Shreyaha, the highest good. Tanoti, bestows. Agada, of medicines. Rajaha, the king, namely the nectar which the demigods drink for long life. Iva, as if. Upayuktaha, taken. Translation and purport by the disciples of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivinoda Swami Srila Prabhupada. How amazing it is that the simple women who wander about the forest, seemingly spoiled by improper behavior, have achieved the perfection of unalloyed love for Krishna, the Supreme Soul. Still, it is true that Supreme Lord Himself awards His blessings even to an ignorant worshipper, just as the best medicine works even when taken by a person ignorant of its ingredients. Purport. The use of the word qua in the first two lines indicates a sharp contrast between apparently incompatible items. In this case, the apparently insignificant and even impure position of the gopis mentioned in the first line and their attainment of the highest perfection of life mentioned in the second. In this regard, Srila Vishwanath Thakur describes three types of adulterous women. The first is a woman who enjoys both her husband and a lover, being faithful to neither. Both ordinary society and the scriptures condemn this conduct. The second type of adulterous woman is she who abandons her husband to enjoy only with her lover. Society and the scriptures also condemn this behavior, although such a fallen woman may be said to be at least have the good quality of dedicating herself to a single man. The last kind of adulterous woman is she who abandons her husband and enjoys in the attitude of being a lover of the Supreme Lord alone. Srila Vishwanath Thakur explains that although foolish, common people criticize this position, such behavior is commended by those who are wise in spiritual science. Therefore, learned members of society and the revealed scriptures praise such single-minded devotion to the Lord. Such was the gopis' behavior. Thus, the term Vyabhichara Dushta, corrupted by deviation, indicates the apparent resemblance between the gopis' behavior and that of ordinary adulterous women. Om Ajnanatimirindasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shriyuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpati Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalptarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namaha Pankajanabhaya Namaha Pankajamaline Namaha Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangre Hare Krishna. These 5 verses sung by Uddhava, all the devotees should memorize these verses. And when you go to Vrindavan, near Uddhav Kunda, right, we have, so we should go there and recite these prayers or songs sung by Uddhava. And like it is described that Soham Priyascha Suhruda Paradevataya Leela Katha Stava Nrishinga Virinchi Gita Anjantitarme Anugunan Gunavipramukto Durganite Padayugalaya Hamsa Sangha. This is one of the prayers by Prahlad Maharaj. He said, my dear Lord, I will, in the association of pure devotees, repeat the prayers and the teachings given by Brahmaji and his descendants. By doing that, I'll become free from 3 modes of nature. Like that, Prabhupada writes that one should repeat the prayers sung by previous acharyas. One need not construct one's own prayer. So like that, the last prayer, Asamaho Charanarenu Jusham Aham Syam Vrindavanapi Gulmam Lataushidhanam Ya Dushtajam Swajana Arya Patamcha Hitva Vejur Mukunda Padvim Shuddhabir Vinrigya. So this is the prayer of Uddhava. He is saying that please give me birth. I want to take birth as a latas in Vrindavan, so that when the gopis they go after coming from Rasalila dance, they may trample me, so that I can get the dust of their lotus feet. So this should be our prayer. Brahmaji is also, he is praying like this only, that my dear Lord, I am very proud, Jananti eva Janantu. I know, everybody may think, I know this, I know that, but I don't know. Kim Bahuktya Name Prabho, Manasa Vachasa Vapo, Vaibhavam Tavagocharam. I don't know anything. So please give me birth as some lata, as a grass in Vrindavan. One commentator, Acharya, says that why Krishna did not speak to Brahma, because if he speaks to Brahma, then he has to agree to his prayer that, I don't want this Brahmaji's post. Give me as a birth as a lata. Then post kali ho jayega. और किसको लेके आएगा अचानक. इसलिए he didn't speak to him, it seems. That is one of the reasons Krishna neglected. Like that. So this should be our prayer. Not that I want to become a gopi and then wear sari and all nonsense. There are some devotees are doing it. In between, wearing saris and thinking that I become a gopi. No, we should follow the footsteps of the acharyas, Uddhav and Brahmaji, and desire to take birth as some lata or something. Then when we get trampled by the gopis, maybe next life we may become a gopi also. Like that. So this should be the mood when we go to Vrindavan, Jagannath Puri. Repeat the prayers offered by the great acharyas, like that. So in this verse, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur comments that this word comes in both the lines. It shows that bhakti is the ultimate. Bhakti is the ultimate. Advaita Prabhu, why he is known as Advaita Acharya? How many of you know? Why he got the title as Advaita Acharya? Say? Nah. It is given in Chaitanya Bhagavat that Advaita Acharya Prabhu, he wanted to write commentary on Bhagavad-gita in the lines of only devotion service, only bhakti. Karma, jnana and all, everything like that. So that is why he is known as Advaita Acharya, because he made commentary in the meaning, giving a meaning to every verse on the lines of bhakti only. Once Hridayananda Maharaj, he was saying to Prabhupada, one of my, he was doing PhD and all that. He was a scholar. He gave books to many scholars, professors and all. So one of my professors criticized you, Prabhupada, saying that Krishna explained Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Hatha Yoga, all these yogas and Bhakti Yoga. But your spiritual master was commenting on each and every verse, even 6th chapter also, only about Bhakti. Bhakti, Bhakti, Bhakti. Prabhupada smiled. Very good. He is reading, that means. He is reading. So Prabhupada also Acharya, following in the lines of Advaita Acharya. Every verse, if you read Bhagavad-gita, only Bhakti. Right? Even 6th chapter Bhagavad-gita, full of Bhakti. Right? Some Acharyas in our line, they have separated, yes, they have commented separately on the 13th chapter Bhagavad-gita. But Prabhupada only on the lines of Bhakti. Then, Sarvato Panipadamyat, Sarvatokshi Siro Mukaha, Sarvataha Srutimalloke, Sarvam Avriti Tishtati. When Advaita Acharya, he was trying to comment on this in the lines of Bhakti, he was not able to get any ideas. Then, he would fast. But Mahaprabhu would not tolerate Advaita Acharya. So later on, fasting and suffering. So Mahaprabhu came and explained to him in the dream that this is the meaning. Sarvata Pani Padaimat, Sarvatokshi Siramukha. So Prabhupada comments in this regard that the pastime of Krishna sitting in the middle, like lotus in the middle, and then all the covered boys surrounding and taking lunch prasad. That pastime explains this verse. Prabhupada explains in 10th Canto Bhagavatam. So Mahaprabhu came and explained that verse. Then he wrote and then he ate. Like that. So this jnana and karma, yoga, they all depend on bhakti. But bhakti is completely independent of karma, jnana and yoga. Right? If somebody is not expert in karma, no problem. He can still do bhakti. If somebody is not expert in doing pranayama or yogasanas, still he can do bhakti. Right? Devotees who should not do pranayama. Right? Actually, if they have complete faith in the holy name, in the Falashruti of Vishnu Sahasranama Stotra, it is given, if somebody chants Vishnu Sahasranama Stotra properly, with proper pronunciation, they will get the benefit of performing 28 minutes of pranayama. Right? So how many names we are chanting? 1728. So you get the benefit of almost 1 hour half, doing pranayama. So there is no need to press our nose, separately. Some devotees, they give up during japa time, they do, and they give up Bhagavatam class and they do. It's a very, very improper understanding of Krishna consciousness. all these yogas. If you want to do it in the evening. But there's no need also. Instead of you chant Vishnu Sahasranam Stotra or chant some extra rounds. Right? Anyway, who will understand all this? So, yoga also depends on bhakti only. All this, Ashtanga yoga, right? One is advised to study 28th chapter, 3rd canto Bhagavatam. Lord Kapila explains, Sanchintayet Bhagavato Charanarvinda, those verses are there. So he explains how to meditate on Lord Vishnu. All these things. And then Jnana, Shushka Jnana, Prabhupada says, should be rejected. Jnana and Vairagya, Prabhupada writes in Bhakti-rasam Sindhu, they should be rejected by the devotees. Gargamuni Prabhu, he was saying that Prabhupada introduced in 1966 Ekadasi fasting. Then he said one should not eat grains and all. Then he stopped visiting temple on Ekadasi because he thought there is no prasadam, because he said he is no fasting, no eating and all. So he was struggling, like that. Prabhupada asked, hey Gargamuni, why are you not coming to the temple on Ekadasi? Prabhupada, it is fasting day, we should not eat. No, for us, fasting means, Ekadasi means feasting. And they would serve all kinds of chutneys and sweets. So, for them, Ekadasi fasting means feasting. Right? For us, we have done all those austerities and penances and came here, Hare Krishna land. Either be no austerity, right? Only feasting. And then dancing and chanting and dancing. Not that after feasting, going and sleeping, right? Then you will have problem. That is one of the meanings given by. Then Vishwanath Chakravarti says that Paramatmani, Paramatmani. So this Rodha Bhava. So he explains that how Krishna is the supreme soul, and also he is he is superior to even Lord of Vaikuntha, superior to all other incarnations. Krishna, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam, right? Ete cham sakala pumsha, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Jiva Goswami says, in the entire Vedic literature, this is the only verse which shows that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then he says, this verse is enough. There is no need, there is no other so many quotations. Otherwise, nowhere else it is mentioned. Krishna is the Bhagavan Swayam. So, Prabhupada insisted on this exclusive worship of Krishna in the form of Shyam Sundar Bhagavan, right? Gopinath, Radha Govind. So Prabhupada writes in the purport to Manmana Bhav Madbhakto Madhyajimam Namaskuru Mame Veshya Satyante Pratijani Prayosime. Devotees of the Lord, they don't even like to worship other forms of the Lord like Ramchandra, Nrsingadev, Vamana and all that. They want to exclusively worship only Shyam Sundar form of Krishna. Right? That is the understanding. Not only that, in 8th chapter Bhagavad-gita, 7th verse, Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Ma Manusmridyacha Mayarpita Manobuddhir Mame Veshyasi Asamshaya. So Prabhupada translates it as remember me, while remembering me in the form of Krishna, Prabhupada, right? In the form of Krishna, two-handed form of Krishna. Then dedicating your mind and intelligence to me, carry out your duties. That is the meaning. And then also, Maya Veshamanoyam Nityakta Shraddhaya Paryopeta Samayuktamattamamataha. In that verse also Prabhupada says that one should remember the two-handed form of Krishna only. So that is the highest worship. So what to speak of, at a later stages, we should not even think of Dwarkadish or Ramchandra. For us, of course, now it is okay. But now what to speak of worshipping demigods, right? So there may be so many quotations in the scriptures and all, but we should follow the Acharya's mood, our Acharya, present Acharya, Srila Prabhupada's mood. Like Prabhupada writes in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya-lila, when Mahaprabhu met that Sanadiya Brahman, then in that Prabhupada wrote some maybe 10-15 pages were long purport. So in that he establishes that there may be so many quotations and all, but the Acharya's behavior is the final thing. So we should follow. So Prabhupada never worshipped demigods, right? So devotees nowadays in ISKCON, so much contamination is happening. On Shivaratri they do Linga Abhishek. And then in America, I have seen they have these swiping machines. So they keep Shivalinga, then all these so-called Hindus, they come, they do Abhishek and they swipe. All, they don't have faith in Krishna, that Krishna will provide. On Durga Devi, Vijayadashmi, they worship Durga. Vinayak Chavati. Then they will quote something. Yeah? Then they say Shiva Keshav mein bhed nahi hai. Yes, sir. But Prabhupada actually did not allow us to worship demigods. Like in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Rupa Goswami said one should worship Ganesh. I think Gargamuni or Madhudvishra Prabhu. He said, Prabhupada, can we worship Ganesh? Because it's given in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Prabhupada said, no, you bring $10,000 every day, I will allow you to worship Ganesh. Something like that. So Prabhupada never. So we should follow the mood. Maybe there may be some quotations. I'm establishing how, we can develop Rudha Bhava. Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeha kurunandana bahusake hanantascha buddhaya vyavasayana. So ek manas ananya cheta we should have. If you want to reach this stage of Rudha Bhava, otherwise intelligence is many branched, becomes many branched, then we will not get anything, this kind of Krishna prema. After Varahadev delivered the Bhumi Devi from clutches of Hiranyaksha, so Bhumi Devi, she was still lamenting. So Lord Varahadev asked, my dear Devi, why are you still morose? I have delivered you. But my dear Lord, I am not worried about myself, but I am worried about all the inhabitants on my earthly planet. How to deliver them. This is called Bhumi Gita from Varaha Puran. So it's very famous in South India. So then Lord Varahadev said 3 things one should do. What is that? Pushpa Archana, by worshipping me with the flowers. Then Sankirtana, Hari Sankirtana, Harinam Sankirtana. And then by Atma Samarpana. So in this regard, he narrated a story that in Tirukkangudi in Tamil Nadu, in that nearby, there is a Maladasari, belonging to scheduled caste, scheduled tribe. But he's a great devotee of the Lord. He was very good in singing. Every day he will go to the Lord. The Lord is very fond of music, right? When in Varadarajan, Lord Varadarajan was refusing to give Ramanujacharya to become an Acharya, be placed in Srirangam. Then what to do? Then they sent, I think Rangaraj Swami or somebody, said, go and please Varadarajan first. So Varadarajan is very fond of music. So every day he was singing very nicely, melodiously bhajans to please the Lord. Then one day Lord Varadarajan appeared. He said, I'm very pleased with your singing and all. If you want any benediction, please ask. Then he said, my dear Lord, you should not go back on your words. No, I will not go back. Then he said, what? Please give your devotee Ramanuja. Hare, fas gaya. Then he had to give. That is why devotees, while we are singing kirtans and all, we should sing for pleasure of the Lord, not for, name and fame and attracting opposite sex. So he was singing. So he was very expert in Mangala Kaushik Raga. Right? Mangala Kaushik Raga. So one day, on Kartika Shuddha, Suklapaksha Shuddha Ekadasi, it's a very auspicious day. Kaushika, in Andhra they say Kaushika Ekadasi. On that day, he was going to, early in the morning he got up. He was going to sing for the Lord, Tirukongadi. Somehow, because of, early morning he got up and all, he lost his way. So on the way, one Brahmarakshas caught him. He said, Shariram is very important for achieving success in self-realization. So I should try my best to protect my body. So he said, okay. He tried. Then when he thought it's not possible anymore, hear this carefully, I will ask you some question. So he said, he told, see, this is my seva to the Lord. Every day I go and sing for the Lord. Right? So, I will go sing for the Lord and then inform the Lord that please make some arrangement. From tomorrow I will not be able to come because now I'm the breakfast for Brahmarakshas. So, Brahmarakshas, Brahmarakshas, he is a Brahmarakshas. Some pujari in the last life, kuch gadbad kiya. So, Brahmarakshas ban gaya. Right? Once, if you go to Chaitanya Math in Mayapur, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati constructed all the four acharyas, Nimbarkacharya, Ramanuja, right? So once there was a tufan in Mayapur and Ramanujacharya's deity was broke. So when it was informed to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta, he said one pujari is doing gadbad. He said what? Then later on it was found out that pujari, he was sitting in the Garbhagudi and writing love letters. Like that. Anyway, Brahmarakshas said, see, human beings usually they tell lies, especially, and you are very fond of your own body. So I will not believe. Then Maldasri said, okay, if I don't come back, I will get the sin of killing a Brahmana. Brahmarakshas, he has got knowledge of Vedas. He said, no, there is a prayaschitta for this. Then if I don't come back, I will get the sin of killing a cow. Then Brahmarakshas said, there is a prayaschitta for this. If I don't come back, I will get the sin of killing a Shishu Hatya. He said, no, there is a prayaschitta for this. Like this, there are 16 papas are there, Mahapaps. Like Rasrajbu says, in the West, people don't join because of Mahapap. Then in India, people don't join because of Mahabap. Like that. When he told 16th sin, then Brahmarakshas said, okay, you can go back because there is no prayaschitta for this. Right? It is very interesting to know, in Vara Purana it is given, why that guy became a Brahmarakshas. Because his name was Shoma Sharma in his previous life. When he was doing, some yajnas, he called many brahmanas and then he did not give proper dakshina. Vidhihinam asusthannam mantrahinam adakshinam. Shraddha Virihatam Yajnam Tad Yajnam Tamasa Jana Tamasas. So Krishna says, Vidhinam Asristanam Mantrahinam Arakshinam. Without distributing prasadam, without distributing dakshina to the devotees, without proper chanting of the mantras, without shraddha, if somebody does yajna, right? So that is why Prabhupada insisted that whenever we have program, we should distribute prasad. Without distributing prasad, nobody, we should not be sent. Even during the early days of Prabhupada, when they didn't have any money and all, Prabhupada would take one apple and then he would cut the apple. He would cut the apple. And then he would cut the apple, exact number of devotees are present, And then Prabhupada would put one piece of apple in his mouth and said, distribute. And then they come, exact number. Sometimes Prabhupada would eat oranges. Like expert. Prabhupada was expert, na? He would chew, then he doesn't swallow. He would chew, and then the skin and all, he would spit. And then little bit far, there is a sink. And then exactly it would fall into that. And then Gargamuni was saying, once I tried, it's all over. Prabhupada was saying, he was saying that Prabhupada would eat very nicely, even at this age of 70. He had very good appetite. Then, he was very fond of eating rice and sabjis and all like that. Prabhupada told, when eating, while honoring prasad, you should not touch your fingers into the mouth. How Tamil. So Prabhupada used to eat like all these Tamilians, they mix sambar and all. If you go to, like that. So Prabhupada would eat like that, without touching the mouth. He would make the balls of rice and sabji and all. He would put like that. So one day, Gargamuni Prabhu tried. Prabhupada told him, eat like this, don't touch your fingers. Then Gargamuni tried. He threw like this and it fell on the wall. Like that. Anyway, so that's why he became a Brahmarakshas. So this Maldasri, he came back. He came back and said, Hare, you are a true Vaishnava. You are a true Vaishnava. Then he said, see, I became Brahmarakshas because of this reason. Please give some portion of your result of your devotional service so that I can become free from this Brahmarakshas body. Then he said, I have no devotion. Then he persisted, please give, please give. Then he said, whatever song I have sung, Mangala Kaushik Raga, if the Lord is pleased, then let this Brahmarakshas become free from this ghastly body. Then as soon as he said that, Vishnudutas, they came and they took him back to God. Right? So this is called Bhumigata. Nallikant, you understood? You have any questions? He didn't hear, that means. Raghupati Vishnu, did you understand? You have any question? You didn't hear. That's why I told you, hear carefully. Vishnu Tattva? That is called hearing. Right? You didn't want to know what is the 16th offense? Huh? Why you didn't ask? That's why I told you, hear carefully. The 16th offense is, sin is, he told, I will, if I don't come back, I will get the sin of equaling Brahma and Shiva with Lord Narayana. Yastu Narayanam Devam. Then Brother Brahmarakshas said, there is no prayaschitta for this. Go and come back. Right? So this is the, in this regard, the story is narrated to show the power of chanting the Hari Kirtan, chanting the, singing. Just, see, one day of singing sent him back to Godhead. Right? That too for Brahmarakshas, and what to speak of all of us who are chanting Hare Krishna every day, like that. So then the Bhudevi is very satisfied. Okay, it is so easy? It's so easy? Just chant Hare Krishna and you go back to Godhead? Yeah, Lord Varahadev said, not only that, in Sri Vaishnavas, they have this Charma Shloka, Varaha Avatar Charma Shloka. He says, anybody, when they are healthy, if they chant my names, even once, when at the time of death, even if they die, then the rigor mortis is set in. Rigor mortis is set in. During that time, I will come and chant the names in their ears and send them back to Godhead. So that is the assurance given by Lord Varahadev to Bhudevi, like that. So this devotional service is so powerful that it doesn't depend on previous qualification. You don't have to be tapasvi, right? Manye dana vijana rupa tapashruta ojas, teja prabhava balaprayoga buddhi yoga, Naradanamyansya bhavanti pumsha bhakto tutosh bhagavan gajayutapaya. Prahlad Maharaj is saying, Manye dana vijana, one doesn't have to be rich. Rupa, one doesn't have to be beautiful. One doesn't have to be educated. One doesn't have to be strong. Right? Vivekananda said, Nayam pravachanena labhya, na balhinena labhya. He said, you have to be, strong, you have to be pahalwan, then he said, so he thought, bala means strength, bodily strength. Prabhupada was laughing. Then elephant will become a devotee, actually. Right? Or all these pahalwans, I am this body. So they will all know. Without the mercy of Lord Balaram, one cannot, that is the meaning. That is, anyway. So, Manya Dhanabhijana Rupa Tapashruta Ojas, one doesn't have to be tapas, one doesn't have to be a scholar, Teja Prabhava, one doesn't have to be Tejasvi, Bhala Prabhava, Buddhi Yoga, one doesn't have to be intelligent. Then what? My dear Lord, just simply by worshipping you, Bhakto Tutoshi Bhagavan Gajayutapaya, you are satisfied with the Gajendra's devotional service. So, what Gajendra, what qualification he had, right? But you are satisfied. So, this is the purport of this verse, that Vanachari, all these gopis and all, they are not highly educated. They are not into Vedic scholarship and all. They are not tapasvis. Not only that, they are Vanacharis. They may be polluted by improper behavior. Right? Avidusam, that is the meaning of the word avidusam sha sakshat. Right? Avidusam sha sakshat. Even if somebody is not a scholarly person or not well qualified, just like Agadaraja, the nectar not only gives relief from all diseases, but it gives a long life. Long life. In the same way, Krishna consciousness, somebody doesn't have to be qualified. Simply, the spiritual master, like Prabhupada, he would cast a glance on somebody. He's delivered. Right? One day Prabhupada was walking in New York. That time he didn't have anything. He was just walking around. He was observing, studying the people's behavior, American people's behavior. Then he met one person. He looked at him like this. After 4 years, that person, I think, in Miami and all, that time they had, Prabhupada would go for a morning walk. Then while coming back for darshan, everybody would stand in the queue, and they give flower to Prabhupada. And then Prabhupada would give that flower to next devotee, and then he would receive the flower to from that devotee. Like that. I think first Guru Puja has happened in Mumbai, previously there was no Guru Puja. And then, so Prabhupada looked at him, you have come. I was wondering when you will come. So that the same guy, Prabhupada saw him. He was going to commit suicide that day. So he changed his mind and then he came back. Like that. So Uh, now, they struggle so much to make devotees in America. Like Sridhar Maharaj was saying, that Prabhupada would look at people, then they come and join. Sparsha, Nayana, like that. So, uh, so we don't need any qualification. So Krishna, actually, he appeared, uh, to deliver anybody who saw Krishna. Anybody, right? Whoever saw Krishna, they all became delivered. All. Right? I always say this. How many of you have got love of Krishna? How many of have started developing love for Krishna? Please raise your hands. Huh? Nobody. Rajar Prabhu? Huh? Vamsivardhan Prabhu? Started developing love for Krishna? Okay, I will ask you one question. How many of you, when you come to RadhaRasbihariTemple, you say, RadhaRasbihari is very beautiful? Please raise your hands. Right? All of, right? Everybody is, RadhaRasbihari is very beautiful, attractive, smiling. Right? So Prabhupada says, anybody who says Krishna is very beautiful, that means they started developing love for Krishna. So now how many of you started developing love for Krishna? Right? So simply come, Prabhupada writes in third canto Bhagavatam, simply come and appreciate, RadhaRasbihari is so beautiful. RadhaRasbihari is so beautiful. Pashyantite me ruchirani ambasanta. So, prasanna vaktra arunalochanani, rupani divyani varapradani, sakam vacham spruniya vadanti. Tad darshaner avyavair udara, vilasa hasekshita vamasukte, hritatmana hrit pranamsha bhaktir, anichato me gatimanvim prayunkte. Anybody, Prabhupada writes in the book, anybody who comes and appreciates the beauty of Krishna, so nicely decorated, so nice dress is offered, so nice garlands are offered, so nice ornaments are offered, so nice pagadi is done. How Krishna is standing, the mala is cross or straight or this side, towards Radharani's side. Already observe. Then you appreciate Krishna's beauty. Prabhupada says, even a neophyte devotee, when he comes to the temple and takes darshan and appreciates the beauty, then he becomes delivered, without his knowledge. Imperceptibly, liberation is taking place. All of us actually, we are getting liberated. So, other day, Haradas Prabhu, he was asking, Sakrideva Prapanna, only one. That is actually true. But it is happening. When at the time of death, we will know. There is a secret. Anyway, I don't want to go into it. So, without our knowledge, we are getting liberated. Prabhupada says, all ISKCON devotees should become pure devotees. Cook very nice prasad. Right? Very nice prasad. And feed nice prasad to the devotees. People, they will go back to Vaikuntha without their knowledge. That is this prasadam is so powerful. Right? But devotees should cook, not karmis, Priya Park, taporis, So in this regard, there is a Pillai Pillai Perumal Iyengar. He wrote one literature called Ashtaprabandha. In that there is very nice pastime described. Listen carefully, very nice, wonderful pastime. Once, all of you know how Krishna is very naughty in the childhood. So Mother Yashoda, she was actually she would keep one a small stick. She doesn't want to beat Krishna, but she would only show the stick. She never beat Krishna. But that stick is decorated with flowers and pearls and all that. Little very soft, jewels and all that. Very attractive. Like that. So one day, Krishna Krishna is very naughty. One day Krishna, he was Mother Yashoda. She would light a lamp, and churn the butter. Right? Churn the butter. Krishna, because Krishna was sleeping at the time, she thought, okay. So she was singing the songs, and then she was singing. Then so Krishna got up. Then he wanted to eat butter. So she was churning, and then she was keeping butter in a small pot. Krishna would go and switch off the lamp. So Mother Yashoda, the lamp is switched off. So she would go to the kitchen and bring a matchbox to light it again. When Mother Yashoda would go, Krishna would eat butter. Then Mother Yashoda, I kept some butter. Where is gone? Maybe I did not like that. Then again he would churn. She would churn. Then again Krishna would come, switch off the lamp, without knowledge of Mother Yashoda. He would. Then again Mother Yashoda would go to bring the matchbox, and then again Krishna would eat behind the pillar. Again, I was churning for so long. Some butter must be there. What is happening? Like that. Maybe I did not churn enough. Like that. So like 3-4 times it happened. Then she understood somebody is stealing. Then she saw Krishna behind the pillar, with butter and all that. Then she started chasing. Naughty boy, why are you disturbing like this? Like that. So Krishna, Mother Yashoda with her stick in her hand, she was chasing Krishna. Right? Krishna became very afraid. He was running very fast. This is not Damodar Leela. Running very fast. Then on the way, he saw one Dadibandaka. He went to Mathura, and then he was selling all this, butter and all that. Then he had big pots. See, he was actually little bit, some are left out. So he was sitting on the road, on the side. Then he was trying to sell. Then Krishna caught him. He said, Tata, can you hide me? Can you hide me somewhere? He said, why? Ma Yashoda is coming with a stick. He will beat me very badly if I am caught. Somehow or other hide me. So he said, where should I hide? Put me in the pot and put the cover. Okay. So he put him in the pot and then put it in the cover. So Mother Yashoda came, said, did you see my Lala? And then Tata said, Kaun Lala? I don't know any Lala. I don't know, my son, How does he look like? He like this. I didn't see. Maybe he must have, he has gone that side. So Mother Yashoda went. So then Krishna asked, Tata, Ma Yashoda ma chali gayi? She went? Yeah. Then he said, please remove the cover. Please remove the cover. He said, then the Tata said, I want something. Krishna said, that was not the agreement. You didn't ask. You didn't say anything. So that was the emergency. Now I am a businessman, Vyapari. So without profit, I don't do any help to anybody. I am a small boy, caught in this pot. You are only hiding, covered by this, cover, dakkan. What I can do? No. Okay, what do you want? He said, I want moksha. Krishna laughed and said, what? You must be mad. I am a small boy, being afraid of Mother Yashoda. You only hid me in this part. How can I give you moksha? No, no. Hare, I know everything about you. You gave moksha to Putana, who came to kill you with the poison. So why can't you give me? Krishna, in the part, he was very, very happy, smiling to himself. ये कौन है? ये विश्वामित्र मुनि का शिष्य है, वशिष्ठ मुनि का शिष्य है. Even Dasharatha Maharaj did not know. Then Vishwamitra Muni had to come and tell, Aham Vedmi Mahatmanam Ramam Satya Parakramam. You don't know who is Rama, I know, Vasishtha Muni knows. Like that. So, you tell me. Then he was very happy, but he was still, playing naughty. Said, what moksha? What is this moksha? I don't know what is moksha. No, don't be smart. I know, you know everything. See, I am so, weak. I am so small. Being afraid of Ma, I begged you to hide me. Then you hid me. Now I cannot even remove the cover and come out of this pot. How can you give you moksha? He said, I don't know anything. Then he said, I don't know moksham giksham. Krishna said, I don't know moksham giksham. Then the Tata said, I also don't know Dakkan Vikkan. ऐसे पढ़े रहो. Then, okay, I'll give moksham. So take me out. So he came out and then very happy. Then he said, I want something more. What? After moksham, there is no desire. Na? What do you want? Right? What do you want? He said, I want you to give liberation even to this pot. Huh? ऐसा कभी सुना है? No. Because of this pot only, I got a chance to get liberation because I have hidden you in this pot. So give me moksha, give moksha to this pot also. So, this Pillai Perumal Iyengar, he says, my dear Lord, what this pot what austerities this pot has done, right? What Vedic study this pot has done, right? What bhakti this pot has done, right? How this pot also got liberation, right? Then he answers, because that Mahabhagavat, that Tata, he thought this is my pot, right? I should help, right? I should help. So, that pot also got liberation. So, if a pure devotee thinks he is my devotee, he is my friend or my devotee, then Krishna will very happily. Krishna says, those who say they are my devotee, I don't care for them. But if they say that they are my devotees of my devotee, I'll care for them. I give them devotion. So, like that. So this is a very important verse. So it is said. It is said that a pure devotee like Prabhupada, just like Shivananda Sen cared for the dog. The dog was chanting Hare Krishna, went back to Vaikuntha, right? So we may not have any qualifications, but if you follow Prabhupada's instructions. Even try to follow his instruction, then Prabhupada may take mercy. During in 1966, Prabhupada was staying in Dr. Mishra's flat. There is no, this thing. Then he rented some place where there is no shower, there is no bathroom, there is no kitchen. So then Prabhupada had to walk across to go to Dr. Mishra's place. So, Dr. Mishra said, Prabhupada actually saved my life because Prabhupada was such an excellent cook that he would cook for me and then he would cook for the deities and then offer to Krishna and then feed me also. He was about to die actually, Dr. Mishra. Then he became very healthy. Right? So, Prabhupada was... But Gargamuni Prabhu was saying that they only were eating potato sabji every day. Then they would bring some kalingar, eat that red portion, and then whatever greenish portion is there, none of us, we throw it away, right? But they were cooking it as a sabji and eating, because they didn't have so much income and all that. But Prabhupada was feeding all these devotees and all. Then one day, Brahmananda Prabhu and Gargamuni Prabhu, they are sons of a very rich person. They were living in a palace, 20 rooms. They had a swimming pool. They, whole entire New York, they only had electric kitchen. General Electric chairman used to come to their house. Gargamuni Prabhu's father's house. And then there is some advertisement for electric stoves and all. They made picture, they shot there, they did shooting in their kitchen. They are so rich. They had servants. Then Kirtananda told Gargamuni, because he is full time, you should clean the toilets of Prabhupada. Then he didn't know how to clean the toilet. Then he had to ask some Bangi how to clean the toilet. Like that he was like that. So then one day Brahmananda Prabhu, all, Prabhupada was maintaining all hippies and all. There is one Hare or somebody, he would eat 10 chapatis. Like that. Prabhupada would cook, how fortunate they are. They would cook, Prabhupada would cook and feed them. Like that. Then Brahmananda Prabhu one day he came. He said, Swamiji, I passed BA from New York University. I said, okay, yeah. I got a job as a teacher in the college. Prabhupada, the eyes have become wide. They said, you got a job? You got a job? Then, but I got a doubt, whether I should become a full-time devotee like them or do job. Prabhupada said, no, you should do the job. But I will become entangled. No, my sarvani karmani, sanyasya adhyatma chitasa, nirasir nirmama bhutta, yuddhyasya vigata jora. He said, give up, all the fruits of activities to Krishna. How do you give it to Krishna, my fruits? Because I cannot see Krishna. Prabhupada said, you give your fruits to me, I will give it to Krishna. Like that. So he was earning $400. How much? $400 in 1966. He was giving all $400 to Prabhupada. So $200 for the rent of the flat, then $200 for all the food and all that. Prabhupada said, after Brahmananda got a job, my financial problems are solved. Right? So Prabhupada writes in 18.11 that there are devotees who work and give all their fruits to the Krishna. Such elevated souls, Prabhupada writes in the purport, such elevated souls, they are real sannyasis. They don't have to take sannyas. Like that. So then Prabhupada, there was a discussion then, this Tompkins Square, Kirtan and all happened, people have started coming. Then Prabhupada said there should be temple president. Then Gargamuni Prabhu suggested maybe Kirtananda Prabhu should become temple president because he's the first one to join. Prabhupada said no. Brahmananda will become president because he is the one who is maintaining the temple. $400. Like that. Then Brahmananda Prabhu got an inheritance. He brought everything and gave it to Prabhupada. All $35. Our Gargamuni Prabhu gave some $15,000. So that money is utilized for printing teachings of Lord Chaitanya. Like that. Then Brahmananda Prabhu, one day he was with Prabhupada. Then Prabhupada was, making books, putting the books in the shelf. Prabhupada, Swamiji, I don't have Bhagavatam set. 3 volume. Prabhupada said $18.5. Brahmananda Prabhu said, just now I gave entire inheritance. That is a different thing. You have to purchase. Then Brahmananda Prabhu said, okay, Prabhupada told, I will give you concession. You can pay in installments. Brahmananda Prabhu, such a rich person's son, he was standing near that in Manhattan. Then he was begging people, my grandfather is being deported. I want money for, for fighting, for appointing lawyer. So he was collecting money like that. So he collected like that. That is why Prabhupada said, even if Brahmananda goes to bar and restaurant and drinks alcohol, still he is very dear to me. So we should not criticize all those disciples of Prabhupada, for apparent false and all, because they are all very dear to Prabhupada and Prabhupada will not forsake them. So this is like gopis, they are saying they are not qualified and all. We are also not qualified. But Rupa Goswami says, my dear Lord, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You are very, very powerful. I don't have proper sadhana. I don't have any knowledge. I don't chant properly. I don't have any qualification. How will I get your love of Godhead? But I heard that you are Patit Pavana. You are very, very merciful. This gives me pain, in my heart. So please, my dear Lord, please bestow your mercy upon me. If you want to be known as really Patit Pavan. Right? So like this, we should pray to Krishna. So then we will, so when Prabhupada said, Brahmanand Prabhu asked, Prabhupada, will we meet again in Golok Vrindavan? Prabhupada said, when Vaikuntavasis, when they come to visit Golok Vrindavan, they will comment that such nice spiritual master, such nice disciples. Unless I introduce you to Krishna, Krishna will not accept. So if Prabhupada thinks he is my man, Krishna will also not object. He will not say, Hare, he is not chanted properly, or ye kuch lafda kiya, aisa kuch. Right? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Thank you very much. Any questions, comments?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you very much for the nice class. In the initial part of the lecture, you were mentioning about Advaita. You said that Advaita Acharya gave the meaning of Bhagavad-gita every verse in a devotional way. So still, why his name is Advaita then?
He's non-different. Advaita is non-different from Krishna. Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Anantarupam. Any other? Purandara Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.